Yes.
Okay. Yes, so good evening, everybody. And it's a real pleasure to hear Dr. Gulani and learn a lot of things here. But there are a few basic requirements for a cataract surgeon, and is an age-old tradition that we dilate our patients' pupils with dilating drops by one of our staff, and we put them once, twice, God knows how many times, and then we put our torches in their eyes. And by the time the patient is inside the room, they are very, very tense. So to replace that practice, we now have this Spinoican Plus injection available in India. So this injection has a lot of advantages. The biggest is that it is labeled as an intracameral injection. As you all know, we are using a lot of injections which are off-label, like Avastin and moxifloxacin. So the advantage here is we don't need any preoperative dilatation. Take the patient inside the OT and inject the solution. It provides rapid mydriasis, gives a pain-free relief. Not only that, the entire surgery is pain-free. So there is a sustained anesthesia, and this ultimately gives rise to a better surgical outcomes. One thing is it is very helpful in patients who are allergic to phenylephrine eye drops. And the other big advantage is there are no systemic side effects. When you put drops in patients of hypertension and heart diseases, there is always a fear of the hypertension or the blood pressure rising. Now, let me tell you what this contains, the Phenocaine injection. Well, there is tropicamide, which is anticholinergic, 0.2 milligram, a very small amount. Phenylephrine of 3.1 milligram, lidocaine 10 milligram, and then we inject a 0.2 ml intracarally. We don't need to inject more because there's no add-on effect, and this can cause endothelial loss. And as I mentioned, it is preservative-free and sterile. So here I just want to highlight some of the articles that I came across in a few of the journals. And the effect on mydriasis, which now is the next question for all the eye surgeons. Once you have achieved mydriasis, how long will it remain? Well, you see here that with the first injection, it is more than 7 millimeter dilatation in 80.8% of our patients. It is slightly less than what we achieve with drops. But this effect then lasts throughout the surgery. And if you can see that the drops effect starts wearing off after a while. And by the time we have finished the surgery, the pupil starts constricting when you have dilated with drops. But when you have used Phenocaine, this effect still is maintained. I want to mention some other studies where it has been shown that at 1 week post-operative.
Can you go on to the video, please? We are running a bit short of time. Sorry to interrupt.
That is fine. And one thing I want to tell about the endothelium is there is no effect on the endothelium. And this is a British Journal article. Okay, so now what I am trying to show here is this patient is without any dilatation and is having a reacting pupil, and now I am injecting Phenocaine, and as soon as it touches, the pupil starts reacting and it starts moving the periphery, and then it takes a while, a few seconds, for it to go for the full dilatation, and as you can see, this is maintained till the end.
Does it dilate fully?
Yes. So this is I'll show you another case. It depends on what was the pupillary dilatation when you actually had seen the patient 2 or 3 days before in your OPD and after putting dilating drops. So if the pupil dilated say 6 millimeters, then you can achieve at least 5.5 millimeter dilatation. So here again I have put the drops and you can see the effect is almost instantaneous, and then you have to wait for at least 20 to 30 seconds for the entire effect to be achieved. Once that is done, you can continue your surgery the way you always do. So here, this patient was dilating fully preoperatively. So now I have already put Phenocaine and it has started dilating. It dilates and starts rushing towards the full size. Once it achieves some size, you then have to pressurize the chamber with the viscoelastic to achieve full dilatation. And the best part is this is maintained till the end.
Great.
One bad thing that I noticed about these injections is you have to be very gentle while giving it, otherwise the patient will just start closing his eyes because of the sudden pressure. But even a small amount that is injected is enough to start dilating the pupil and achieving the effect. And as I told, the effect keeps on lasting. You pressurize the chamber and it stays like this throughout the surgery. You can then very easily perform good cataract surgery because these pupils stay dilated, they stay fixed, and there is only need to worry about any intraocular changes occurring during a surgery. That is how it goes on.
Great.
This is a mature cataract, if you want to see.
Yeah, quickly.
Yes.
So,
Again,
Ajay, I have a question for you.
very small pupil. And as I told you before, you have to be fast in removing the cannula, otherwise you might touch the dilating pupil.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of sugarcane, adrenaline, atropine, and lidocaine.
Yes, sugarcane does not produce such a good sustained reaction, and
I
through
agree.
dilatation also.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Dr. Tejas Shah had a question, had a comment. Yes, please go ahead.
So, Ajay, does it dilate pupils which have been refractory to dilatation?
No.
That it does not do. But see, this patient was already had a drop put once. So now I want to full dilatation because I knew that he used to dilate full. Now I injected Phenocaine and you can see the pupil still dilating more and more. You can see that? Red glow is also improving.
I believe it is very important that you assess the pupillary dilatation pre-operatively. If the pupil
Right.
is resistant to a dilatation, I'm not sure whether Phenocaine will
No,
be able
it
to
won't
No,
work.
then it will not work.
It won't work. This is only a substitute for the dilating drops.
Yeah.
That's all.
Exactly.
I just wanted people to take on the message.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Ajay
Right.
Mehta, for that nice
Right.
video.